Man, what's good, man? We got the champ in the building, man. That's what's good, man. We got the AIW champ in the building. That boy Wes Maserati, boy, doing what he do, baby. So hey, I'm ready to talk that talk, man, because we got some things we got to get off. I know he got some stuff that he definitely got to get off his chest. And so, hey, man, let's not even waste no more time, man. Do what you do and introduce this man, please.
Well, look, man, straight up out the 216. You already heard my man King Tuco, Maserati West, your new absolute intense wrestling AIW intense champion. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Is. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me on. The first official interview as champ.
Hell yeah.
We got more than just the belt to talk about.
Well, you know what? We definitely about to get into that, man, because recently we interviewed Eric Taylor, and we definitely will get your thoughts on that because he's been talking spicy the last few months on the GOW socials. Man. So we're gonna get into that. But first, champ, how are you, man? How does it feel to be the champ?
Sheesh. Feels, man, I'm never at a loss for words, but right now I'm at a loss for words. It's surreal, 5 years in the game, 5 years here in AIW, always wanted this belt. And to finally get it against one of the most underrated, toughest, hardest workers, hardest hitting dudes in the game, Derek Dillinger, right? Not enough people know about him, and that's a crime. He's killing it right now. He's the hottest dude in the Midwest. And me and him have been going toe-to-toe for about 2 years though, for sure. My numbers are a little mixed up. I'm still a little out of it from the show. But I beat him the first time, and ever since then, he's had my number, had a big iceberg on his shoulder, wanting to prove he's the guy. Held the belt for, I think, 300-plus days.
Damn.
Really, 13 defenses, no one coming close. Smoked me twice. And, it was surreal. I finally had him. And I'm a little banged up, I'm not going to lie. But now this is when the hard work, because you got the belt and you automatically got a target. I had a target before, but now it's just, now they look at this thing. I can't even begin. Look at this.
Yeah.
The bag is twice the weight now. You know what I mean? So the airplane flights are more money, coast to coast, eating Versace French toast. You never know where I'm going to show up and defend this next. But just know I'm ready. I was limping the last 2 days, but I had my head on a swivel. I had the eyes on the back of my head because you never know who's trying to step up. And sounds like someone's trying to make some plays and step up, and that's Eric Taylor.
Man, well, apparently, man, Taylor's got an issue with you because, we did our first interview with you, and nobody threw no shade at you were giving props to a lot of people and whatnot, and apparently, man, something triggered something in my boy because he decided that he wanted to talk that talk, and he mentioned us, he mentioned you, and it's like, bro, what's really good, man. So can you let us and let the people know, man?
I think I know what triggered it. I think I know what triggered him. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
but that's what we want to know, man. We want to know, man, what is it you two guys? I
smacked him a year ago, June last year, right? It was me and him in a singles match. I was slapping him, dogging him, right? Smoked his ass. And then his manager, the Duke, came in, and he started doing some funny business. They were going to throw me through a table, break my neck. That's what they were trying to do, right? Because, what... I just was beating Eric Taylor up, and now they crossed the line, and now it's an injury. Whatever. But luckily, again, I'm always 2 steps ahead, and I had my man, Shane Douglas, ready, and he came in from backstage, brought the chair out, even the odds up, and we smoked the Duke, and we smoked Eric Taylor, and I pinned his ass. And ever since then, he's got a problem with me. When it was like, dude, you're the one that, brought the weapons up, tried to go, and take a left turn, but again, like I said, I'm always 2 steps ahead, and that finally paid off because I'm the champ, baby.
Well, speaking of being 2 steps ahead, before we got a chance to get you on today, we spoke, with Eric yesterday, and he said, Wes with the Edge is the guy, and with all due respect, you cool and all now, but you're getting a little soft, man. You're too friendly with the people, and honestly, there will be no Wes without Eric Taylor because Wes is jealous of Eric Taylor, man. So Eric, he feels like he should be the guy that's running this division. He should be the champion right now. I mean, hey, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, man, but it sound like Wes might have did a little politicking. I'm just saying.
That's him saying this. I'm not
I
trying to be like, I know the interview came out today. I didn't get to see the full thing. I saw a couple clips, but when I was already busy, but when you're the champ, you're really busy. 2-3 days in, I've already had to do more press than I've had to do in my whole career. And again, I appreciate you guys having me on the first official podcast. But yeah, so that if that's what Eric Taylor was saying, that's a little wild because we were cool. We never really had an issue. When he was coming up. Helped him out, whatever he needed, went on the road with him, and always helped him. And then now, so it sounds like some jealousy's coming out, He's saying I'm getting soft, I'm losing my edge. He saw what happened Saturday. He saw me and Derek Dillinger turn it up, went through a table or a door, chairs, weapons, top rope, doing all the above. And I smoked Derek Dillinger with the chair over the forehead, and that's what I had to do to win. So, Eric Taylor, is that what you want?
I mean,
I'll swing a chair right over your head, next time I see you, easily.
Hey, I say, I say you give him that work, man, and you let him know, man. You don't mess with Maserati, man. You don't need to talk disrespect. But then again, in this business, you got to make a name for yourself, and obviously. You know what I'm saying? You are somebody with a name. You are somebody with a little bit of cachet, and he wants your shine. He wants your light. He wants your spot. But
that's
now
why I love coming on this podcast because I was just thinking the same exact thing. We're all cut from that same cloth, that Versace cloth. We're all cut from that same cloth. I was thinking the exact same thing. I go, okay, Eric Taylor, you're saying these personal shots at me, but exactly what you just said too, Cole. I'm the champ now, right? Where was he in the rankings for the Intense title, right? So what's the story? He said, let me talk shit on the champ. Excuse my language.
Talk. You talking.
Well, I'm just trying to be the corporate champ, right? And again, I don't know if anyone has this nickname, but, he said I'm being cool with the people and the fans. That's because I'm the people's champ. I don't know if anyone's ever been called that, but that's me. So, Eric Taylor, you want to take these shots to kind of skyrocket up the division. Sure, I'll give you the first offense. I'll give you the second offense. I don't care. But, I mean, it's the office. You got to talk to the office. You can't just be the guy saying, hey, I want a title shot. Yeah, we all do. And I had to work 5 years to get this belt. So you think you can just come in here and just take a shot at me while I'm vulnerable? You saw me limping I took a German suplex. This dude German suplexed me on my head through 4 chairs, right? Almost broke my neck. I was in a different zone, I was in a different zone. Dodged the bullet. He was coming with a forearm to knock me out in the back, had a chair, hit him with the chair, Frogger off the top.
Damn.
That's sleep, But I was that close to being not only losing, and AIW told me. See, that's the thing, right? Eric Taylor, he's with this guy, the Duke, right? We'll have to get Duke on here. I'd love you guys to talk to the Duke. He's been in AIW for a long time, and he's got a lot of political power, and he pulls a lot of strings. And me and Duke had our issues last year, right, where he dropped me on my head, and I finally. After, I don't know how many times him messing in my matches, whoever I was wrestling, Duke would come out, help me lose. You know what I mean? Thanks, pal. And, he's got the stroke. So Eric Taylor, he probably told you guys that he made a deal with the devil. He was already with the Duke, but they were kind of, him and Mikey were kind of doing their thing, and Duke was doing his thing. And Eric made a deal with the devil, turned on his best friend, his partner since before day one training, and what a scumbag move. You know what I mean? So this dude, he's got no ethics, he's got no heart, and he's just doing it for, I don't even want to say financial gain because, I do this to put food on the table. And last time I checked, I got a very expensive taste. I'm talking surf and turf dinners, filet mignon, steak and eggs for breakfast. But if we're talking food, we got to talk about lunch. Eric Taylor, next time I see you, I'm going to take your lunch. So tell your mom to pack you something real good.
Ooh, get that good old bologna. I like it, man. Hey, bro, look here, Wes, man. You had this You know, you had this brutal match. You know, of course, like you said, man.
Yeah.
What's next for you, man? Moving forward, like what's next on Wes's list? Like outside of Eric, who decided to, you know, kind of put himself in front of you. But is there anybody else, man, that you're looking forward to? That's like, you know what, this is somebody I kind of gotta keep my eye on.
You see, Eric Taylor, I'm just thinking about this right now. I think he's a couple years younger than me in life. He's only been wrestling like one less year than me. You know, I got hurt and stuff, and he just doesn't get the wrestling game. It seems like you got to study the game, Eric Taylor. You and these young cats, you got to respect the business and remember the history. So last time I checked, the champ always gets another defense after they lose, right? So I'm gonna have to go against Derek Dillinger next time I'm in AIW, right? And I got some ideas now. If we're gonna do a rematch, I got some, because now the ball's in my court, so I got a little pull there. So I got some ideas there. Initially, the first thought is I go to Erie, PA Friday for Revenge Wrestling, best company out in Erie. Can't wait to get back there. It's a tag team gauntlet match for the first ever tag team champion of the company. So I might be champ after this weekend, right? So that's the first thing on my mind. Even though as soon as I won that belt, it was a moment of glory holding it up, right? But I go now, like I said earlier, it's go time. I got a target on my back. Anybody can come out from the back.
Right, exactly.
So initial thought is, you know, I got Erie Friday. The next Saturday, I'm in Ashtabula for the Bill Alfonso Hardcore Tournament. That's where I'm thinking I'm probably going to have this rematch. It's my next time in AIW. So I got a week, 2 weeks, and then I go to New Jersey to make my debut for this company, ETU. So I got a little crazy next couple of weeks in July. That's first thought. But real first thought is Derek Dillinger getting a rematch. Now we're going to have to, you know. So, but I mean, this is the Bill Alfonso Hardcore Tournament, and hardcore's in the name. Bill Alfonso's in the name. I got to watch out for Eric Taylor now. Backstage when I get there, him and his crew might try to pull up, you know, while I'm wrestling, they might try to pull some strings. So now I gotta prepare for all that. But yeah, just first defense is my first thought right now, for sure.
Speaking of, you know, first defense, man, okay, you talk about Derek Dillinger. Derek Dillinger, you know, he's a hell of a stud, man. You know, definitely a big bad boy.
He's sick, too.
Absolutely.
Sick.
You know, he's definitely demented, and it's funny because the last time you and I and King right here we talked, you know, we possibly tried to spring up, you know, a match versus, you know, you and Eddie Kingston, talking about crazy, sick, demented folks, and you know that kind of went away for now. But then you end up, you know,
that's why.
Whew, I mean, look. I
was supposed to be in Canada with him, right? So I went out to Canada. I did 2 shows for Greektown Wrestling. Awesome company. You guys got to check it out. Fight TV. I went out there. I did a show in Hamilton, Ontario, and London, Ontario, right? A Thursday and a Friday. The cities were switched the other days. But went out there, had a great time. They said, hey, we want you back for a 4-day tour. You know, it was Hamilton, London, but then they added Toronto and Waterloo. They go, we want you for 4 days. I go, I can't wait. Let's do it. And Kingston was announced for it. And Kingston wasn't at the tour. So they were saying he had the hernia and he was all messed up. So, you know,
maybe he had.
All I'm saying is that was the next time I was going to see him. You know what I mean? So who's ducking? So,
I mean, you know, he might have celebrated a little too much from his little title win that he had over in New Japan. So you know, he might have sprang something. You know, doing, you know, a little bit too much celebration. You know, you know, Eddie Kingston don't come across as that type of dude, but you know, hey, you know,
I'm just saying,
you gotta give the champ a little bit of benefit of the doubt.
That clip went viral. We're talking millions of views on TikTok. We got, I think, 350,000 on YouTube Shorts. You know, so Kingston's seen it. He knows I'm out here still. You know, he could get it from Rip City. You know, me or my tag partner Josh. At this point, you know what I mean? Like, Kingston can get it either way. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Man, who does the champ got his eye on? I know we talked about, you know, you wouldn't mind, you know, going up against Derek Dillinger, of course, you know, champions, you know, get that rematch. We talked about ET, you know, we talked about Eddie Kingston can get this work, you know, maybe a champ versus champ thing going on. But outside of that, you know, let's pick a random name in the hat. Let's go Marshall Mathers. Let's Eminem this thing, if you will. Let's just randomly pick somebody. Who does Maserati West want to make famous?
Make famous. That'd probably be Eric Taylor's little punk ass, right? Right? And before you said the make famous, the thing about this is any free agent I got to watch out for, right? That's like, Fandango could be pulling up on me. Heath Slater could be pulling up on me. Cardona, I don't know. He lost the big belt in our company, but he's always got an issue with me. So, him or his partner, Brian Myers. You got Eric Young making waves, right? So I couldn't make any of those guys famous. They'd be making me famous, to be honest, right? Like, even though I am the champ, but they are, superstars, superstars. I'm a superstar, but they're superstars. So that's just the thing. You saw Nick Aldis is a free agent. I know that's your guy. So it's like these are champion of champions, former NWA champ. That it's like they see gold, they want it, and that's how I get down too. It only took me 5 years, but now I'm hooked. So other belts I'll grip. But right now, this is the most important thing in my life, right? This is the most important thing in my life.
That true blue.
So that's the thing. I mean, it's anybody could, wow, that is just such an open book. I didn't think about it like that. I was mostly looking at just AIW's roster. But now I'm thinking any free agent can show up in Cleveland. We got a big show coming up in September, and it's a little tournament, so you never know who's going to be there. But if I'm making someone famous, it's Eric Taylor. When I hit him with the frog splash, I might not even. This is what I did to Eric Taylor, and this is why he's upset, right? It was a hardcore show, no rules, right? And I thought we were having a wrestling match. Then he pulled some snake shit, and the Duke came out, and they start beating me up. I was bleeding. Shane Douglas came out, saved me. So Eric Taylor, right? I had a chair lined up, and I put a bunch of tacks on it, thumbtacks. And then I grabbed his ass and I hit him with the stroke. And that's why he's upset, right? Because he had thumbtacks all on him. He got hurt. And I embarrassed his ass because he tried to go hardcore on me, but he doesn't know I'm a hardcore legend at the end of the day.
Damn. Well, any final parting words for Eric, man? Because we gonna let him know. We know we gonna let him know this, man. So, is there a place, a time, a destination that you two feel like y'all? Hey, you know what? Maybe this could be the opportunity for us, or is it too soon right now? Because, like you said, you got to get a champ here. You got to get a former champ his rematch. So you got that coming up. But is there a moment in time that you looking at like, you know what? If this is successful here, which it will be, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you got the taste of it now. You can't let it go. Oh, yeah. So, when this is successful, this is where I want to focus this on.
I mean, I'm going to see him next Saturday, right? So 29th, so I might be on site. I know he's going to be with his crew, and, I'm going to be there. So I'll probably see him backstage. We'll have some words. But realistically, it's like you just said, though, about being the champ, now it's the big matches and it's the big paydays, right? So it's the big stars. And Eric Taylor, you got to talk to AIW and see if you can get up that ranking. I'm more than happy to throw you a bone, but I'm trying to get that check real quick and bring in the top guys to go against me for the belt, which I'm not losing. And then Eric Taylor can hop in there. So we can sprinkle him in, like I told Franchise. And I saw on Twitter, I got him on the back burner right now, right? I got all the seasoning ready. I got all the spices ready. I got the side dish in the oven. I got whatever you need to make a 5-star meal, but we're just slow burning it. I'll sprinkle a little in there. But Eric Taylor, you can't just microwave your ass to the top. That ain't gonna happen.
You say Jiffy Pop. Jiffy Pop. All right, I like it, man. That's why you the champ, bro.
Well, I definitely think, with you two guys, things seem to be a little heated. I think we need to, cool things off a little bit.
That's what I wanted to say too. Before I saw all his words. So this is just me going off what I heard from you and I saw on Twitter. And shout out to the GOW universe for letting me know on Eric Taylor's TikTok that he was I'm not on TikTok, right? So I would have never saw that if it wasn't for the GOW universe. So appreciate you guys.
He's talking trash behind your back.
And that's crazy, So he thought he'd try to get me, but I'm always 2 steps ahead. But the thing about Eric Taylor, I'll just end it with that, is that he has a ton of potential and has his nickname Future Too Bright. It serves him. He's got a ton of potential, and if he kept his head straight, he'd be one of the top guys. But he thinks aligning himself with the Duke, who's who's throwing that in his ear. He's saying, Eric, you come with me, you give me X amount of your thing. I don't know what the details on that is, but he's like, I'll make you a superstar. And he's got a track record. He used to be with Kingston, Duke. So Duke's got a track record of stars. His whole Mance Warner was rocking with him. Like Duke had some guys. So I see where Eric Taylor's at, but I also don't. So that's how I'm gonna say it. You could have just kept your head down and grinded, but you're trying to do the shortcut, and it's gonna bite you in the ass.
Damn, it is.
Look, Champ, before we get out of here, because we know you got Champ business to tend to. We know you are a very busy man. Before we get out of here, there's that beautiful belt right there.
Yeah.
All right, man, before we let you go, let the people know, where can they find Maserati West, all your socials, any merch you got. Talk to the people, man.
So right now I'm doing exclusive in-person merch. We could probably work something out, but I got these Maserati West exclusive Champ Canada deal t-shirts. I had to make, they're tough. I got a couple of those left, but then I'm doing a hot merch run. I'll be online. You'll see that. But I'm on Instagram at Maserati West, at Twitter at Wes Barkley. Appreciate you guys having me on as always. Check out Erie, PA Revenge Wrestling the 21st, which is Friday. Check out AIW Bill Alfonso second annual. This is a show you don't want to miss. It's a little bit away, but it's worth the drive, no doubt. Out in Ashtabula on the 29th, and then the 30th of July, I'm out in ETU for Expect the Unexpected Wrestling with my tag partner, Josh Bishop. These guys out there said we heard some rumbling backstage that, they're like, we want to get crazy. So me and Josh, I think if we want to turn it up a notch, we make that a hardcore match. Different story for a different day. The story for today is this. GOW, best podcast on the game. Appreciate you guys having me on. Eric Taylor, next time I see you, it's on site. And everybody else, check out GOW, be there, be square, and remember there's no squares in my circle, and you can bet on that.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Oh.